Hello, everyone, and welcome to the season finale of the Monday Show with Bob, Phineas, Randall, Angela, live. That's right, season 5, our last show coming to an end. Gosh, Phineas, seems like we barely got started, and here we are at the end of the season already.
Time definitely flies when you're having fun, and time definitely flies when you've got two great co-hosts and an amazing producer to work with. So here we go.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, and it's been a pleasure working with you all season. And at the end of last season, when you came on board as a part timer, but everybody knows kind of the history of what happened. Randall had to step back due to some issues, and so Mike committed to coming on as the second crazy on the show, besides old Bob here, and we're so glad to have Randy back as a part timer. And who knows, we're begging him, pleading, throwing money at him, trying to get him to come on full time, and so
Money.
we'll see what happens over the winter time, right? Hey guys, this is episode 35. We did 35 episodes this year.
Crazy. That's a lot. That's a lot. But
Yeah,
5 years. 5 years. That's a
we
lot.
we've kind of cut back. We started a little bit later, and so we only did 35, where I think we've done 38 to 40 in the past. So, but still, I mean, we're pushing 200 episodes here on Monday, and 200 episodes on Tuesday in 5 seasons. So that's quite a milestone. When we started this, the concept wasn't sure, didn't know anything about podcasting, streaming live, and as we've said time and time again, it's been a crazy ride. But I tell you, I think one of the biggest improvements we've made along the way is moving to EV Mux over StreamYard. As much as StreamYard got us where we needed to go, in the long run, EV Mux is so much better. I don't know if anyone at home can tell, but the camera quality, I'm using the same camera, but the finished product going out, is so much greater and cleaner, crisper. And we've had some bumps along the road those first couple of weeks. We really had some things go wrong. Hey, and I ended the show abruptly one week. I got that as a feather in my cap. So
That's all right. It's all a learning curve. Is all it is. It's just a learning curve. That's all it is. It's all new.
curve
All new.
really, really, really is. We always like to talk about the weather, and I got to say, man, we're having excellent weather here in Texas. I think last check was 78. Have you got the bot going yet?
I'm getting it right now.
78, and just light winds today. Very, very nice. Cool in the mornings, a little toasty in the afternoons. Had about 3.5 inches of rain over the weekend. First rain we've had in a month of measurable rain. So that's nice.
Well needed for you guys.
All right,
Yeah.
there's the bot.
Okay, weather conditions.
Man, that's nice. We got down to 37 last night and little frost on the grass, and it was got up to 58 and beautiful sunshine though, just gorgeous sunshine today. So we're can't complain at all. The end of October being this kind of weather, it's
Not at all.
it can stay like this and then get warmer in April. As far as I'm concerned, it can stay like this all winter and get warmer in April.
Nice to have a climate that was a little cooler for us down here. I like to complain about the heat, but hey, I grew up with it. It's just part of what it is. Just live with it. As well as you guys with the cold and the snow. So
I was going to say, if you wouldn't complain about the heat, be complaining about the snow and having to thaw your car out and shoveling the driveway and all that fun stuff that we do up here.
as we were talking about back in the green room, just as you get the driveway and the car uncovered and shoveled out, here comes the snowplow just to throw it all back up on you. So
Yep.
they got to clear the streets, and they should do that. And if you're lucky, I guess they get it done before you do all your work.
It never happens. They come back and mess it up anyway.
I was just going to say that rarely happens, but
That's for sure.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
there's been some snow up in the northeast, northwest, and up in the higher mountain ranges of Colorado. Got a little bit the other night at one of the ski ranges, so pretty cool. Snow's making its way back. I know you guys are not looking forward to anything drastic, but who knows what this winter is going to be like? If you look at the internet and you look at the long term forecasters, you'll find those guys on YouTube, or they're a dime a dozen. Most of them are retired meteorologists from high end television stations that have walked away from the daily broadcast to sit at home and do their little YouTube things. And there's some crazy predictions out there for this year. So, especially in the Northeast, uh, Northeast Canada, and Northeast United States, along as the deep south even, we've got some chances for some measurable stuff this year. West, they're supposed to be dry and hot, so anything west of the Rockies, not looking at a whole lot. The Pacific Northwest will have some, according to what I've watched, but not what they've had in past years. It'll be an easy or light year for them this year, but who knows? Mother Nature has her own ideas. So
That's right, it sure does. And I agree with David what he said. That
Snow
S
is 4 letters.
was a now not the other my favorite 4-letter word. That's the other bad 4-letter word.
yes, it is, and it starts with S.
That's right, and ends with W.
So, all right. Well, hey, man, you know what? As we said, this is our season finale. Season 5, we'll start season 6 off next year. The season 6 debut for the Monday show will be March 2nd. So, everyone mark that on your calendars. If you get to missing any of the TNO Network shows, we've all got our own YouTube channels. We've got the Facebook stuff, as we will mention tomorrow night in tomorrow night's broadcast. Facebook has made some changes, so they're not housing our videos, but for 30 days, and they delete them. So we kind of had an inkling that this might happen a couple of years ago when Angela and I was talking. What happens if platforms have come and gone? There's been some strong platforms before Facebook, and they disappeared. So what happens? Well, that was the whole idea of finding a second place, and YouTube was the perfect spot for that. So again, if you get to wanting to watch any of the past shows, there's so many recorded versions of each one of the shows over on the YouTube channel. So go check them out during the winter if you got a moment, get to jonesing. On my lunch break, I like to eat and watch YouTube. So sometimes I watch some of the programs that I follow. Sometimes I watch reruns of our shows, just because I think about something that brings a memory back and I have to go watch it again. And so I catch myself doing that a lot during the winter.
And just remember, when you're on YouTube, if you're on our channel, make sure you like our channel, subscribe, and ring that bell so you get notifications when we've posted something new. And the more you engage with our videos by liking the videos or commenting, the better it is for us, because it gets our name out there that much better. So.
Yeah, Phineas, you bring up a great point right there, because the Monday show, the 5 seasons, our numbers are nowhere near what the Tuesday show is as far as subscriptions go. Our viewership is not as high on Monday, and I actually think that the Monday has its own value. I mean, with the Something Burger and the segments that you guys do each week when you're here, that has a lot of value, and there's a lot to be learned there. Tuesday, our numbers is up to 542 subscriptions. That's not a lot, really, in YouTube terms, when you're talking about hundreds of thousands and 500,000 for the great big channels. And I realize we're a small channel, and our niche is Christmas performers, but we're starting to get quite a few folks outside of the Christmas performers that's subscribing and watching our shows, which again could encourage, I say could encourage folks who may sometimes in the back of their mind think, how cool would it be to be a performer? How cool would it be to be a Santa or a elf or a Mrs. Claus, or even work in the photo industry as a photographer? I know many photographers have been inspired by things that they ran across and said, that's what I want to do. And that's what we hope that some folks can take away from all the TNO Network shows, is find something in there and enjoy it, and pass it along to those in and outside of the community, because that only helps our community grow. And the more we grow, the more we serve, the beneficiary, as I've said time and time again, are those folks that we do serve, our communities. So, okay, guys, do we have an inspirational moment from Santa B today?
We do, just as I step away for a second.
Well, step back in.
Man, you were sitting there rambling on, and I was like, I got it. Okay, let me find it.
Bob's got the Randy Ramble today.
Wasn't prepared.
Last show, I got to get it in. I got to get it off my chest.
He's got 3 months worth of stuff to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Get it out before the hour's up.
All right, are y'all ready?
We're ready.
Here we go.
Ho, 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 and happy day, my friends. Santa B back with you here again for the last show of the season. And what a season it's been. So much fun, so much joy, so much education. I want to thank everybody at TNL. I want to thank Angela and Bob and Phineas for letting me be a part of this, and of course Randyl. And it's just been an amazing time. And I really hope to see you all soon, whether it be at North Pole Cornerstones or maybe out at Branson. But what I want to encourage you to remember is, as we come into our season, as we come into this Christmas time, although we may be center stage, we are not the stars of the show. Keep your heart open, keep your mind right. Be well, be blessed. I love you all. Bye-bye.
What a great message right there, man. That right there is worth the price of admission.
There you go.
Yeah, that
Very good.
that's so true. So many of us get caught up in our own enjoyment, but that's true. We're not the center. We're not the center stage. The children are. The families are.
Families are, yes. Yep.
They are the ones we're there to take care of and to make happy, not the other way around. So yeah, they're the reason. Not the total reason for the season, but
and as I talked about being beneficiaries, we are beneficiaries of what happens with that interaction with the children, because it fills our heart, it fills our soul, it brightens our spirit, and many of us, can get down with the snap of a finger. Things can start to spiral out of control, and you have a bad day, and sometimes you look down on why me, but when you think about the children and what some of the children go through. I recently shared a memory of a little girl that came to see me years ago. She was a foster child, and very, very, very reserved. I didn't know she was a foster child. Of course, I've made the mistake, as many have in the past, of calling the lady that brought her there her mother. And they, after about 5 minutes of the visit, told me that no, she's my foster mother at the moment. Then the foster mother kind of pulled me off the side after it was all said and done, and said the little girl had been abused by her parents and put in foster care, and then was sent to live with family members. They abused her physically and mentally, and she was just looking for that forever home, and she was looking for someone she could trust. She didn't trust anybody,
I blame her.
she opened up to Santa that day, and it was one of those visits that will stay in your heart forever. It can make you realize, count your blessings, not your sorrows.
Yeah,
There's many out there that have a lot more sorrows than we do. So keep upbeat. All right, are we ready to jump into that big old booger?
I just have to say real quick.
Okay.
Can you believe we already have 3 something burger comments and we haven't even got there yet? That's exciting.
I said that from the very beginning. That looked like Pat had already
Everett put one in.
had already started answering the question before we even hit the air. So great job, guys. Of course, that has contributed to the fact that Angela, and we'll try to keep this short, but for 4.5 seasons, we would just label our videos episode 2, season 5, or so forth and so on, with Bob and Randall, or with Randyl and Phineus, or with whatever the scenario was, if Scott was on, it would, of course, that would be on there. And Angela spent days, weeks, months, hours going back and relabeling all 5 seasons of the TNL show and the Monday show to represent what the topic of the day was. So in the past handful of weeks, she started doing it for each show each week. So that was the title for today's show. Was one of the 2 questions that we're going to pose, and so great job, guys. But before we get to that question,
Well, actually, no, we will ask that question first because we've got answers for it, and people are.
okay, well let's go ahead and do that then.
Okay.
Randall?
No, it's the commercial.
Oh, yeah. Let's do the commercial first.
Huh. Stop drooling, fellas. Now's the time for something burger. That's right, the big bite where we get to the meat of the hot topics. So buckle up, loosen the belt a notch, and let's dig in.
Wow, I love that burger, man. Oh man, but Phineas, he is the fastest eater of anybody I know.
Well, they put bacon on it. Come on.
That's what it is. All right, here, first question here is: have you ever auditioned or done a reading for a commercial, or gone on a casting call for a Christmas character? If so, tell the product, the company, and if you performed for the producer casting call, what character did you audition for? So just curious about, have you done a commercial or auditioned for a casting call or character or a play or a movie, or I guess it was a little bit of all the above.
Yep.
Curious how many Santas and Mrs. Clauses and elves have done commercial type or commercial type products. But have you ever auditioned or done a reading for a commercial?
I have done one. It was for Nothing Bundt Cakes, a nationwide brand that's out there, and went to a big fancy office over in North Dallas. Walked in, and of course they had a receptionist. She greeted me, and then a couple of people came out and said who they were, and they would be with me in a moment. And they called me back into a big room with a big table, and the producer of the commercial was there along with a couple of casting members. And they gave me a script, and they said, "We want you to read over the script and then read it." And it was Santa interacting with one of the elves, talking about toys and butt cakes, and it was a really well written little commercial. And there's only 2 of us that got the audition, and I didn't get the part. The other Santa did, and he did such a much better job than I did too. I was glad he got it, but it was an experience for me that I had never experienced before, and I learned a lot from it. Now, if I was to go back and do something of that nature again, I would know a lot more about going into it. I went into it blindsided, didn't know what to expect. The difference in what Emmett did and what I did, Santa Emmett, here in Texas, he read it in his natural voice. I read it in a Santa portrayal voice. And they praised me for my voice and praised me for my reading. But of course, the final decision came down. Santa Emmett got it. And like I said, he did such a great job on it. He by far was better than what I was. So anyway, that was my experience. And like I said, I learned so much from it. So don't be scared to get out there and put yourself out there. Put yourself in those uncomfortable positions because you never know. You may nail it. You may be exactly what they're looking for.
Yeah, because in every casting call or thing like that, even though you do a great job talking or look, that person has that eye of what they're looking for in that Santa for that position. Santa's not always Santa. That you could look a lot alike, but just that little subtle difference or that extra little chain or without a chain can make a difference about who gets the job. A few years ago, I auditioned and I actually did the it was a play movie, even though it was done on a stage, it was made into a movie. Played Santa, but it was what was it called again? The alien that didn't believe in Christmas, or some crazy, nutty, weird. So it was fun doing that stuff. It is stepping out of that usual box of sitting in the chair and talking or interacting that way. And then reading lines, and it's a totally different feeling, but it's a lot of fun. Like Bob said, and then the next time you know what to do. It's just fun. It's
Yeah,
it's a,
they were sitting there, and the director was shaking his head, looking at the other two, shaking their head. And I'm thinking, heck, I've nailed this. But again, 2 days later, I get the call and say, well, unfortunately, as well as you did, we went with the other Santa. So, but again, I was very happy just to be able to have the experience. It was worth $1 million to me.
just learn so much by that kind of stuff, and it's just like you said, Bob. It's just fun. It's just something different to do. We might as well take our look and our talents and put it someplace else for a little bit if we can. If you don't want to, that's fine. But
But
it's a
just
lot.
be prepared. You're probably going to have, your stomach is going to be in knots because I know mine was. I was so nervous, and I'm sure it showed. But each time you do that, you get more comfortable. Each time you do it, you gain that experience from that experience, and so just like I said, put yourself
I
out
wish
there and have fun
I
with it.
wish Carl White was on right now. He's done a lot of stuff lately for little movie things and commercials and game shows and everything. Carl White has so. It'd be fun to hear what he had to say. Anybody else been?
Well, I was going to ask Phineas if he had a story to tell.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm sure he
uh,
does.
I've done lots of auditioning, but last year I was actually asked to fill in for Mike on a Christmas stage play. So they wanted to see what Phineas looked like because they knew what Mike could do as a musician and singing. So they wanted to see what Phineas looked like. I personally think they just wanted to save on having to costume Mike. So they ended up hiring Phineas instead of Mike. And the irony is that they paid far more for Phineas than they did for Mike. So
Lesson learned.
less, they didn't have to pay for the costuming. So there we go.
Oh goodness.
So before we even started, Pat Wesson had commented that he did a Harbor Freight audition as Santa, doing a self tape, and that came from his agent because he's got an agent who helps him with film, TV, and commercials.
That's
So
a great point. Now, agents can be very beneficial.
mhm, they
It's
can be. Keeping in
someone
mind
you
they
trust.
take
I'm sorry.
keeping in mind they take their pound of flesh before
Yep.
you get paid. Know that, but they do help definitely.
Uh, yeah, Everett said I filmed Dorito. I filmed a Doritos pre Super Bowl commercial last year. It would have I would have had a chance, but I don't think they ever submitted it to the people we contract. So yeah, and that's the thing. You don't know if it's going to go anyplace either. And I actually auditioned years ago for a couple of weight loss shows. I did all the filming. I was in Michigan, flew down to Miami, did audition for that. Big deal was walk off 100, whatever the show was. Did all this. Of course, it went nowhere. A lot of those things like that are just put together to be sold to somebody if nobody picks them up. Like Everett said, it was probably not sold to uh, the place, right? To
Yeah.
be put out. So, but
Yeah. Again, that's another good point. If you go in and do something like that, there's no guarantees at all that it'll be picked up, that it'll be used, that you'll be chosen as the one. M. Kane Smith, I'm gonna start calling him M. Kane because he's got a new Facebook page. He had to make a new profile. So anyway, Kane Smith says the guys that he works with teases him because they're always talking about the movies and such TV shows that they watch. And I tell them I mostly just watch Santa stuff on YouTube. Thought that was cute. What else we got, guys?
David Milmine, Santa David, who I work with, did a Christmas radio play 2 seasons back for a local radio station. He was cast as two characters, one of them being Santa. And it looks like they might be doing it again this year, as the comedy writer has a new radio play for the holiday season this year. So looking forward to hearing that. Santa David also does the local television show where local children call in and give their wishes to Santa. And just last year, it was actually shopped around to all of the stations in the network, and he's going nationwide this year. So
wow.
I'm really proud of him for that. So looking forward to that. So,
Fantastic job. Excellent. Everett does bring up a good point. He's interested to see the behind the scenes of what it takes to film a commercial. For me, it was like it was not, but just a small paragraph. They only gave me about 5 minutes to try to memorize that, word for word. That was probably the hardest thing for me. And what I really loved was they let me read through it, and then they gave me direction and asked me to read through it again and gave me direction. And
Okay.
over the course of a half hour, I must have read it half a dozen times. And each time it was something that they added or that they wanted to see. In one point, Santa snaps his head to the side, and in a stern voice is talking to an elf. Of course, the elf is not there, but that's the way things go in that sort of industry. And so it was really, like I said, it was an experience where I grew growth and the knowledge, as Everett says, behind the scenes
Yep.
of how this stuff works.
Ernie Russo notes that he filmed an episode of the Travel Channel for a Christmas haunted attraction as Jack Frost.
He's
And
sending some pictures.
I do believe we've got some photos.
I'm gonna have to do it one at a time. So here's one.
All right. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And let me take that one off.
Go, Ernie.
I just remember last year during the costume contest when I found out that Ernie was competing, I was like, I might as well just give up because Ernie's on point. Everything he does is amazing. So
She's working on bringing the other one up.
Oh, it didn't load.
It didn't load. While she's getting that pulled up, I think you mentioned Phineas. Carl White has been on numerous shows this year, game shows and that sort of thing, and he's been really having fun with it.
And I know Ron McLam is also quite busy as an actor as well, too. So.
Okay, here's one.
Nope. Offline.
Offline.
Yeah, you're pulling up scenes that are blank.
Well, how'd that happen?
I don't know.
It's this Halloween. All those things happen this time of year.
Speaking of, wasn't that a fun show?
Uh,
Did it work that time?
Nope.
Oh my.
You're getting just the box.
It's showing it down here in the thing. Okay, well, let's take this one off.
Okay, take it off.
I don't know. Anywho.
Hey, it's live.
it's what live TV is all about. That's the way your Halloween special was with live TV.
Mitch Allen says, Bob, the experience you had, the yes, we are moving in a different direction call. Yes, that happens quite a bit. So,
Yes.
and those who attended Charles W. Howard had the added bonus of being part and parcel of a German television documentary, which followed a young gentleman from northern Germany, Hamburg, Germany, around as he was learning how to become a Santa. And it was quite interesting being able to interact and be asked questions by the German documentary. So they expect it to be shown at some point, probably sometime after February. So everybody who attended CWH likely will see themselves.
That's really cool. It was a German documentary, huh?
It was a German documentary. Yep, they had a producer, a camera person, and then this young gentleman named Sasha, who performs as Weihnachtsmann Schlagsdorf because he's from Schlagsdorf, Germany.
Hey, that was easy for you to say.
Christmas Nightman, aka their version of Santa Claus. So, and he's doing some amazing stuff. So.
I saw that. That was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Ray Bradshaw said he had to send the dwarfs to the South Pole R&D department, and then he follows up. They wouldn't quit drinking ale and hard cider. Nothing was getting done. The elves are gnomes.
are
are
much more
more
reliable.
reliable, and elves and gnomes are much more reliable. That reminds me of the I Love Lucy segment where she was Vita Vita Vegemin, and the more she drank, the worse
The
she
more
got.
she drinks, the worse she can say it.
Vita
Vita, Veta.
Vita Medicine. Do you poop out at parties? And she would say, "Do you pop out at parties?"
But,
That was a great one. Yes, we had a few gremlins last week on the Halloween show, but
Yeah, but it's still a fun show. It's still a fun show. There's so many, everybody's character got dressed up so nice, and it's still a fun show to watch. It really is.
yes,
yeah,
I enjoyed it. And I always do. Going into it, I'm thinking because the contestants are slow to put their name on the list. We're sitting there with just one or two people. We can't put a show on with two people. But the closer it gets, the more they start to commit, and we ended up with 17, wasn't it, Phineas?
it was 17 contestants. Some really good ones. It was very tough for the judges to judge. So
Two great judges, two excellent judges. They did such a great job, so professional.
Mel and
And
Phineas.
I got to say thank you to Cherry Hill Programs for their contribution and all they do. Not only TNL, but for the Santa community, North Pole Cornerstones, School of Santas. I mean, they've got their brand in everything that they are able to do. And when they first bought out Worldwide Photography, well, she's still looking to get these pictures up. When they first bought out Worldwide Photography, they had significant growth within 2 years because they had also bought out NOR programs. And so, I mean, it's like they had a lot of coming together issues at first. A lot of things wasn't getting followed through with, bad communication. They really wasn't doing a whole lot for Santas. And I hate to say anything bad about them because but it's the truth. Once you sign that contract, you didn't hear from them again, no matter what happened. It was really hard to get in contact with anybody on, in the corporation. Man, they have turned that around by 2,000%. They are on top of things. They call you right back if they don't answer the phone. They've put so much effort, time, money, sponsorship money back into the community. They treat us Santas like royalty. I mean, I just can't say enough good things about Cherry Hill program. Santa Central, the addition of Christy Haynes. For many of you who don't know, that's Ruby's sister. And Ruby taking over that recruiting office, and with the addition of Becky and Tony and Andrea, and of course the new girl Teresa, they've got quite a group over there. Okay, get any more up, Angie?
Let's see if this one will come on.
there we go.
Now that's a hairdo.
That's a cool hairdo.
Looks like me when I get up in the morning.
little too much hairspray, Bob.
That is good.
That's some serious bedhead.
Yep.
Yeah, that's some
So it's
serious
good.
veteran, right.
The bird that everybody should be afraid of.
So, Artie, how long did it take to get into the makeup portion and character portion of that? Throw it in the chat if you will.
That's very
I'm
cool.
always interested how long it takes to get prepared for something that is that elaborate. I know a lot of guys say, well, I sit in a chair 2 hours getting makeup on, so.
Meanwhile, Randy Neely says he just looks in the mirror and scares himself.
Randy, I understand the feeling. I understand that one totally.
Is that coming out of the shower, Randy?
In, out, all of it. It's just, oh!
Let me see if I can get this one to pull up.
There it is. It came up.
Oh, it glows even.
Oh, that is crazy. That is crazy. I love that staff, too. Look at that thing.
Yeah.
How cool is that? Pretty cool stuff right there.
Very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. There's so much. Now Halloween has become such a big thing, such a big holiday, such a party-wise and
Probably second behind Christmas.
Decorating-wise and all that is huge.
Yeah. With the addition of the Spirit Halloween stores and all the other stores, Party City is big into it. And I think it's really helped the industry grow.
And now the Spirit stores. And now they're
every little town, and of course, all the large cities have a haunted house or a haunted hayride or
Yeah.
some type of event for their community, which has really helped also.
Some of those things we're talking, they're terrifying. Some of those things, they do such a good job on those things.
Yeah, I watch a couple of guys that do a tour each year. They start on the West Coast and go all the way across the country for like 2 months or a month and a half, either doing state fairs and or theme parks. Most of those have haunted nights and are just straight out haunted houses, haunted themes. Carpetbagger is one of them. Jason the Carpetbagger. If you hadn't caught any of his stuff and you like haunted houses, go over and check out his stuff. He does an excellent job of documenting these. He gets to go as a media. Of course, he's invited, and he really covers these events well.
I see Ernie says it takes him 30 minutes.
That's not bad.
Special silicone mask, crown, staff, everything takes him 30 minutes.
That's pretty good, Arnie. That's doable.
Yeah.
So those new silicone masks that they've got are phenomenal. I may or may not have a Mean Green Guy one that's pretty accurate. Aside from the fact that they're pretty darn hot to wear, and I could only imagine what Ernie's beard would feel like underneath one of those masks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw mine in the green room last week after I took my mask off, all wadded up. Because you have to put twisties on it and get it all and push it all up in there, and you can
Yep.
still see a little bit of it on the side, but you can't get it all under there. I don't care how hard you try.
Yep.
With what we had now, I was shocked, Phineas. Back when we were doing our haunted house front yard walkthrough that we did for 20 years, we had gone to the Spirit Store when it first opened. Matter of fact, the very first year it was open here, that's kind of when we started all that, and we were paying $100, $125 a mask. Angie and I bought our mask off of Amazon for less than $20 a piece.
Mhm.
We had on for Halloween the other night. So, and of course, they're not quite the quality, but I mean, they are really, really close for the price difference. Heck yeah. You bet. Oh, we're ready to move on to the second question.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Finn, it's up to you, man.
Okay, so the second question is for all of our regular viewers of this season as this season of Monday Live draws to a close, what one thing will you take away from everything we've discussed over the past 35 weeks? What would you like to see being discussed in the next upcoming season?
Yeah, there's just so much there. I mean,
Exactly.
just with something burgers alone, most of the weeks, again, kudos to Phineas. He was coming up with those questions each week, as well as this question. Last couple of weeks, we've had additional questions, but Randy and I had done it for 3.5 years, and we were kind of to the point that we couldn't come up with anything. I kind of struggled with the audition question this week. I was telling Phineas and Randy back in the green room, I probably sat 45 minutes just pondering, what is our something burger going to be this week? After 200 episodes, you almost run out of ideas, and so Phineas has been really good about coming up with these. So I mean, I take something from every show, and something burger is a big part of that. And then you guys, the segments that y'all do, oh my gosh, I mean, you learn so much from character development all year long with the Yeti, and the approach that Phineas took on that. And I love the fact that everyone had a chance to have a little bit of input on that, because that's the way that Phineas set it up. And such a great idea, great concept, great job. And of course, with the tips and Santa shorts, you can never go wrong with that. When Randy announced that he was going to have to step aside, that was the biggest complaint. They were going to miss the tips and the shorts. So I took out no dirty pair of my underwear and just kidding.
Santa's briefs.
All right. Do we have any answers coming in?
I will definitely say the addition of Santa B's inspirational moments and just getting his perspective and his philosophy um, is enough just to make you think, especially when he began his 4P series over the past month or two. And just the reminder today that, we are not the center at this point, that we are conduits for providing memories and the spirit of Christmas for the families that we touch each year, as something to focus on. So
That's true. Again, him having to come up with these week in, week out, because the ones that he does for us on Monday is not the same one he does every day. He has one on Mondays, and then he also does the one for the Monday show. And I met Rob a couple of years ago at School of Santas. You go to these events and you meet people. Some you've known on Facebook, like Randy and myself, for years, and never really face to face. But I was in the room with Rob maybe 5 minutes and knew that that was someone that I was going to be friends with the rest of my life. Uh, the way he carries himself, his approach to everything, his dedication, uh, not only to the Christmas community, to his friends, but to Jesus Christ himself and to the veterans. Him being a veteran and working within those organizations that he works with, he's just quality people.
Yeah, that's kind of what you said, Bob. It's that just watching every week, it gives you that. I don't know, you take away that love in the heart, that care that everybody has for this business, that has for the children, that has for the families. And even if it gives you that shot in the arm every once in a while to remember that that's what it's all about and that's why we're here. And it just makes you feel good. And that's where, you can learn a new trick. You can learn, oh gosh, I didn't think about saying that line when a child said something. Those you can learn, which is always great to learn each and every week at school or here. But it's that week after week after week of that positivity. And that's where it's so good. To watch these things, and what you bring back to me to watch them is that is the and I said this many years ago about there's nothing like the Santa community compared to the clown community, magic community, then community. It's a different fellowship. Um, the holiday community. It's much tighter, much stronger, because it is, magicians, you're performers. That's what you are. You do your magic and you pretty much leave. You don't really want to you want to get the job again, but it's not the same as this. This is, you want to fulfill a dream for the child. You want to fulfill a dream for the family. And to watch this, it reiterates that in our head all the time, reminds us that that's why we're here. And it's a beautiful thing.
So John Schnagelberger writes that he actually got something from each episode, particularly the banter with Angela might have helped with that. So thank you for watching, John. It's great having you. It's great seeing your name pop up in our comment fields when you do chime in, and it's great that you interact with us. So thank you very much.
Yeah, Angela interacts with many folks, in the private chat and that sort of thing. And one thing that we found out about John this year is how big of a Dallas Cowboy and Dallas Star fan he is. He's going to hate me for that. You go, John. You go, brother. Good to have you on with us.
Mitch Allen says it's great to have us on and see and hear us, especially while he's working. So we're the soundtrack to Santa Mitch at Hire Santa. So that's kind of good to know.
And it goes two ways. I'll of course watch his state of the season or whatever he's doing, and I'm not actually watching. I'm working, but I'm definitely listening. So thank you, Mitch.
Sometimes it's nice just to have it on in the background, and that's what it'll be like on a Tuesday night or something. Especially, you can't sit there always and just watch the TV, but you can have it on in the background, and then you pick up stuff, and it's
You can hear the shenanigans and know when you need to chime in, and
especially the shenanigans. There you go. That was the first word you said was the truth word too.
Charlie Johnson says he's learned from all the episodes of the TNL shows, and Charlie's been a steadfast tuner inner for as long as I have. So thank you, Charlie. It's great having you in and watching us. Pat Wesson continues to discuss his audition experience. He's done a couple of grocery auditions as well as a mainline bowling audition. He was brought on as backup, so that's good. Ernie Russo says he's really grateful for the friends and learning. All of us are amazing from the TNL cast and especially the producer, particularly everyone who watches and contributes. I just hope the next year my fingers will be faster than AJ's.
Thank you, Ernie. You're way too kind, brother, but we appreciate the kudos.
Definitely kind. Just make sure you've got Google up and maybe even get your Google AI assistant going too. So,
Then also check when AJ's in timeout. So then you gotta.
yeah, I was going to say, watch for AJ's timeout. So,
Charlie's just as fast on those keyboards too. That Charlie's really fast on them keyboards too.
Yeah,
Paul Anderson is pretty good as well too.
Yeah,
So,
there's a lot of great people. They can answer those questions. It's like last words out, and boom.
Did anybody happen to catch over on the TNL Network Production Facebook page the wheel that Angela has put together for tomorrow night's drawing of the
Yeah.
PC scholarship? We already had all the names printed from all the shows, Thursdays and Wednesdays and Monday and Tuesdays, and had them in a hat and was ready. And she says, "Wait a minute, I think I got a better idea." Of course, that's why she's producer, right? And so, anyway, she put this wheel together. It's amazing, all the names on there and the repeat names. How many times folks like AJ and Charlie,
AJ.
they've got a system. They got a system. Let's
Yep.
put it that way.
Yep. Ray Bradshaw says that he did an interview in March and went as a sharp dressed Santa wearing a jacket and his fedora hat. And he got the job because he was the first one to show up as Santa for an interview for a job as Santa. So there you go.
Early Santa gets the candy cane.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody likes a sharp dressed Santa
Yep.
or sharp dressed man. But Santa, that's maybe better.
A great song.
Yep. Kane Smith says the TNL network has meant so much to him. He's not just learning skills, he feels like a part of a family here, and he's grateful for us all. And we're definitely grateful for you, Kane. It's always great seeing your name pop up in the comment fields, and it's been great getting to know you over the season. And we're just honored and blessed that you spend your time with us. So thank you very kindly. And
I got to add on to that what Phineas said. It is so great for everybody out there. You guys spending time Mondays, Tuesdays, and all the other night shows along with us and everybody else. It's really a great honor that you take your time to watch, and really, thank you guys very, very much. Without you guys, kind of a boring show. We just have to look at these ugly mugs. Well, mine at least.
Great to get to see Kane and his beautiful bride in Gatlinburg this year too. Really enjoyed spending time with them. Thank you, Kane.
John Schnagelberger says the good news is the hockey season will be in full swing by the time this comes back. So it will definitely be in the full season. So
Gonna be a great season, John. Gonna be some great competition there this year.
And Ray Bradshaw says my condolences about the game yesterday. So
Yeah, that was pathetic.
See you later, Mitch.
We won't even go there. From the number one offense that didn't do anything yesterday to the last place defense that never does anything.
And Charlie Johnson cues Randy's favorite four-letter word about the fact that what we provide on the TNL networks is all free.
Free, guys. It's all here. YouTube here, every place else. Just go look at it, watch it, hang out with us, other shows. It's all free, guys. Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah.
Did I miss the boat?
That's what it sounded like. The ferry just left the dock.
Mhm.
You too, Mitch. Have a great season. Stay safe.
Have a great season, Mitch. Be safe. See you on the next State of the Season address. So thank you.
And again, Charlie, no, you do not have to be present to win. All you have to do is be committed to coming, because it is non-transferable. And if you cannot come, then we want to give someone who can the opportunity. So if you plan on coming, fantastic. We'll be so happy to have you. Hey, Charlie's always a hoot. I don't care where you go. And also, Charlie, just remember, that's a $459 equivalent that gets paid by TNL, and doesn't cover your travel, of course, and it doesn't cover your hotel cost, but everything else is included except for that Saturday night out to Bricktown, where you'll pay your own meal that night. Transportation down there and back will be provided by TNL, as well as 7 chef-prepared meals and breakfast if you're staying at the Hilton Garden Inn is included, 2 per room. So
There we go.
Very nice.
So I do believe that is all the engagement we have. And, we did talk about the show being free, but, we do have some sponsors to make sure that we can keep this content flowing. So hopefully we can play the Santa Claus at Org to bring in the trivia question for today's show.
absolutely, great job.
And the winner will get on that wheel.
Yes, and the producer brings up a great point. If you win today's trivia, your name will go on that drawing wheel for tomorrow night. You will be the last person to enter for 2026. Everything else after that will push over to 2027. So,
All right, here we go.
here we go.
Hey everyone, Angela Mack here for Bob and Phineas Live, the show about nothing. Season 4 of Bob and Phineas is brought to you by santascloset.org, where you can find all your accessories for the discriminating Santa, Mrs. Claus, and the elves. Visit Santa Wade's website at santascloset.org today, where they are known for delivering unique, value-packed Santa and Mrs. Claus accessories since opening in 2004. The goal has always been to provide both a superior customer experience at a tremendous value. Their products are fairly priced, and Santa Wade strives to bring many different products to the Claus community. Visit the website and make your next season a truly special one. This is Angela Mack reminding you all to catch our show every Monday at 3 p.m. Central, presented by TNL Network Productions. Thanks for watching. Now let's get back to Bob and Phineas in the TNL studios and today's Monday Santa's Closet Trivia.
What are we laughing about, Phineas?
Kane Smith's comment, let me go ahead and preemptively congratulate AJ on today's trivia win.
Yeah, exactly.
We've got Charlie here too. We've got CJ as well. So we've got AJ and CJ. So
Yeah, and John, you're right, man. The Broncos played an excellent game yesterday, and the Cowboys stunk it up. We have failed to put 2 wins together, so 3-4-1. Terrible season for the Cowboys. But hey, what do you expect? That's the Cowboys.
It was the altitude. The altitude got them. They can't handle it.
Yeah, the altitude
They
got
don't
them.
play
Hey,
in the
we got an
altitude.
excuse. There you go. All right. Who wants to read the trivia today?
okay. In a 1963 sitcom Christmas special, 2 trained dancers pull off a Santa suit dance number that is described as the real show-stopping moment. Name the TV sitcom and the 2 trained dancers who in the series had a child named Richie. Also, can you name the subtitle for the 3rd season Christmas special?
So we
Now, the
need
63 sitcom is the Christmas special we're talking about.
Yes.
Randall, do you know the answer to that one without looking at the script? No? There's 2 great clues in there. Child's name is one.
okay, got it. Never mind. But we need 3 answers. Remember, guys, right? 3 answers, right?
We need the TV show, we need the name of the 2 dancers, and we need the subtitle, which was the 3rd season Christmas special specific. This is a deep cut. So
Yep.
Very good.
And if you've ever seen this show, this one will pop in your head immediately because it was one of a kind. And we'll talk more about it when we give the answer out, but it really was a classic, great moment. As that whole show was well written.
it was.
That's
Very, very
another clue. All right. Are we ready to go ahead and move along? And let's say thank you to the folks who have helped put the show on this year. We couldn't do it without them. And we'll be back on the other side of these 4 commercials. Ho, 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 ho.
Shop Thermo Apparel. They're wonderful. They're fantastic. And for the coolest of cool Santas or Easter bunnies, remember Thermo Apparel.
Don't just be cool as an attitude. Keep cool, literally.
Thermo Apparel. Be cool.
Ho, 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 ho. All right. Thank you to King Risk Partners, Larry Talbot Insurance Services. He graciously has helped us now the last couple of seasons, and couldn't do this without him. He actually supplies our platform cost, which is very special. I want to say thank you to Caboose. They have jumped on board and have done some really cool stuff for us. Thermo Apparel, Julia and her husband and their business partner are so gracious in helping the community in every way they can. And with a TNL 10, 10% off coupon, the latest thing that they've done. And of course, North Pole Cornerstones, which we are really looking forward to. That's the next big event. After tomorrow night, we go into our blackout season, as many of you know, being the last show for the season for all the TNL network programs. But we'll all be busy working. But as soon as we come out of the 25th, 26th, those that are involved in the North Pole Cornerstones, including Phineus, we'll have to jump into it and wrap up the final things for that 4-day class. Tomorrow night, we will have Liz Rouge, who is our marketing director, and Deanna Golden on the second half of the show. And we got some things to talk about with North Pole Cornerstones, the curriculum, the topics, the presenters. And I got to say, Dr. Bruce and Mike Hutchings has really stepped it up this year. They are going to be putting on a number of the presentations, and all fantastic topics that you don't want to miss. So more on that tomorrow night. With all that said, we just ran the commercial for the 4-day classes 2026, Oklahoma City. We have kind of come to the realization we haven't made the final decision yet, but our night out on Bricktown being February 14th, which is Valentine's Day, we were going to go down there and celebrate, but we've been informed by many of the managers at the restaurants down there that, of course, Mother's Day and Valentine's Day is the 2 days that ladies do not cook. So we may be moving, and I say may, we haven't made the final decision, moving our trip down to Bricktown to Friday night, which will give us a little bit more leeway on being able to get into those restaurants. And there's a whole host of restaurants down there. And we're going to split up, and you go where you want to go. If we all want to go together, we can. If we want to go to different restaurants, we can. But we want to ensure that everyone can get in on a timely manner, because we want to do some shopping, we want to do some sightseeing, we want to enjoy that night out. So we may be moving that to Friday. So just reversing Friday and Saturday with the curriculum and the events.
No better way to spend Friday the 13th.
There you go. Didn't think about that. Hey, we could all dress up as Freddy. Okay. We also have, Branson coming up in July. That'll be the next real big one for many of us. TNL on the road will be going to Forbes in California the week before Cornerstones. So the first half of next year looks very, very busy for the TNL network and the production side of things. So hang in there and just remember we come back March 1st, kick off the season then. So, okay. All right, we want to wrap this year's season finale segments up with 2 segments here. Phineas and Randyl have both had their series going this year. Phineas with the fantastic job he's done over the course of 30 plus weeks. And of course, Randyl with his continuation from last season to the season before with tips in Santa Short. So, Phineas, let's go ahead and let you run first. We're not going to do any lead ins here. We're just going to go right into it. So, the floor is yours, my friend.
Well, we have spent the entire season building and telling the story of Adme the Yeti. And so Adme is here just as to say thank you very much for helping us discover who she is and what her role is at the North Pole. And as you know, that she was blown up to the North Pole by a big storm last February. And long story short, she's been working in the meteorology department, helping predict the weather for the upcoming big trip that Santa will be taking with the reindeer, whether or not we'll need Rudolph or Rudolph's offspring to help light the way. Because Adme does not like the storms. She does not like winter storms, but she's really grateful for everybody to help discover who she is, give her her name, and also let us know what her job at the North Pole was. It was really great engaging with everyone, and we are really happy that y'all stepped up and we figured out who this big furry galoot was and what her role at the North Pole is. And we are going to continue telling her story and the story of many others at the North Pole next season. So let's look towards the upcoming season where we will discuss how to build your North Pole. Thank you very much. It's been a wonderful season, and hoping everybody has a happy, healthy, and safe busy season as Christmas performers, and that you have a happy, healthy, and safe holiday season and get to spend time with your family and friends.
Fantastic.
Kudos, Phineas. What a fantastic series. First of the season, we knew that Randy wasn't going to be able to come on this year. And so last year, Randy and I both did segments towards the end of the shows. And I changed mine up with book reviews and toy reviews and AI elves and that sort of thing. And it was a lot of work for me. And Phineas jumped in and said, "Hey, I'll do a segment this year. And what are we going to do it on?" And I don't remember if it was me or he, but one of us said, "How about character development?" Because it was a hot topic.
Yep.
And man, I tell you what, boy, you have knocked it over the top with that segment, Phineas. Fantastic job. We are so lucky to have you and your knowledge and your experience.
It's been an honor being able to do it. And it's been great getting feedback when I'm out and about at events, because people are like going, thanks for showing me how you've built your characters and how you can create a character, and using Adme the Yeti as a focus for everybody, because trying to do it as a concept and just teach conceptual things, no, everybody had a focus. We were able to use her appearance, we were able to use why she's at the North Pole, the whole 9 yards, to build something. And I'm looking forward to continuing to do that next year. And we've got a lot of people who are now playing with puppets for both icebreakers and bridges, to get people to bring shy and cautious people in closer, as well as to create a working partner for them who they may not have worked with someone before, and now they've got a start. So
it is a great icebreaker. It's a great thing. And you got to have a backstory for them just as much as you do for yourself. So that's a great thing, Phineas. Phenomenal. I love the guy. He's so cute. Love that one big tooth. I can't help but smile when you see that tooth, man. That's just fantastic. That is fantastic.
Yes,
Great job.
fantastic. All right,
Gotta do that.
Randall, are you ready to throw in some TIPS and some Santa shorts?
Yep, we're going to talk about a few things. Can you believe? Let me do a State of the Union thing first. Remember, this weekend, most states fall back. Don't forget to change your clocks this weekend. Don't forget Sunday, November 2nd. Move your clocks back 1 hour. We get an extra hour of sleep. Woo-hoo! We get an extra hour of sleep. So don't forget to do that this weekend. But that's because otherwise you're going to be messed up on maybe some of your performances coming up. So since performances for most people 8 to 10 days away, some a few weeks longer, some are doing it now. So don't forget that. And of course, like Phineas said, I want to thank everybody. Really thank everybody for allowing me to be a part of this again. It's just such a blessing and such an honor to be a part of this, and so many wonderful people watching. And Angela and you guys are just more than you can know in my heart. It's just phenomenal. Thank you. Yeah, we'll move on quick. And it's crunch. Speaking of quick, it's crunch time. Like I said, it's lovely you're doing it right now. So do the old like Santa does. Check your list once, check it twice. Make sure you got plenty of protein if that's what you're worried about. Make sure you got plenty of your giveaways. Make sure your suits are there. Make sure just do everybody last minute double check. You've got a very, very little bit of time, but check everything. And of course, biggest thing is to check your events. Make sure you've got time in between. Make sure you've got all the information you need. Make sure you've got either don't do a deposit, but some however you do your contracting, make sure that they're all up to date and everything else. So you've got a little time before the season really hits. So make sure that's done before then. Let's get into the fun stuff a little bit here. This is another thing I like to do. It's a very inexpensive thing. It's made with, I'll start out to begin with. Whoops, it's here somewhere. Oh, there we are. You know, the old-fashioned beads. You've been to New Orleans before, right? But I didn't get these from New Orleans, so don't. Phineas, family show. It's made with these. What you do is you can make. Oh my goodness, it's so hard to see on the thing, but it's a little tiny reindeer. It's always fun to put a little thing, and so it's another thing to make, or add a little magic to your performance. You can show you have nothing in the bag. Oh, you had nothing in the bag. Wrong bag. Wrong bag. All you need to do is to cut a little piece. Mrs. Claus can keep them in her purse. Santa can keep it in his pouch. It's 16 of those nubs, and you get about 5 out of a strand. You can get a strand for $1.50. So they're very inexpensive giveaways. Mrs. Claus and Elf can make a cute little reindeer. I mean, it's so you can buy them in red and gold, and it's hard to twist. Show you on here because my fingers are awful big, but this is how quick it can go. There. I'll show you how quick. You can't really see what I'm doing because of my big fingers, but you can get it done, especially if you got a line of children. Boom. That easy, that quick. Out of that little piece, you have a little reindeer. It's a fun little thing, and it just takes a little tiny, I'll use a little strand here, a little tiny 16 beads of those. So go to your dollar store, pick those up, cut the strands, the necklace into 16 little things. I can walk you through it if you want to contact me how to make them, but it's a cute little another way. I just love so many things to give away. I loved it for years, something to give away for them to remember where they're at. But this is a cute one. Another thing, when you do home parties, I love. Wait a minute, I got to get into character first. Excuse me. I've got to get into character first. I got to get into character. There we go. I got to get into character first. Well, it's a Santa Claus hat and a beard and a mustache out of a balloon. You can do those bring them along, and it's always fun to do when you go to a home party. You bring those, you have them in a garbage bag, you bring them in, you have somebody as Santa Claus. Then, of course, the most fun part is to do the reindeer ears. do the antlers, and you put a little sponge ball nose or even one out of these. You make those, and I tell you, nothing is better if you bring about eight or so of these, of course. One more as Rudolph. You play Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and they're just going around. You have somebody in front as Santa or at the end of the row, which is the way it should be. And you just sing Rudolph. It is a picture. This is a picture to for photos you'll see year after year after year. And when you go back to the house, of course, there's so many other things you can make. You can make a wreath. Okay. One suggestion is do not tack this up on the wall. Okay, that's something yeah. See, that's where earlier Bob says let's make a bang out of this, and I said, well, if I do this and make a real bang out of it to hang this up. But it's a few things to make, and this is probably my favorite. It's always good to leave. We always love candy canes. All it is blowing up balloons and braiding. Now there's always a Mrs. or a Santa that knows how to braid. You don't have to make these there when you get there. You make them for you're going to a house with 3 children. Each one gets one. You have them made up ahead of time. You're not a balloon twister when you're there. It's just another wonderful gift that doesn't cost much, but it's very showy, and the pictures are spectacular. You know, they put a Santa Claus hat on. They put a you can even make an elf hat. I can make elf ears, out of balloons, and reindeers. Yep, Phineas. They're not quite as cute as yours, Phineas, but the photos are just phenomenal. So there's just those little extra things you can do about a home visit. Now it's kind of hard to do if you're doing a big box store or a I'll put another hat on. I've only had 6 on today, so I'll put another one on today. You can't really do it for a big box store or a mall, but you can customize your home visit. So special for that. Again, thank you very much for all this. I cannot thank you enough. Anybody wants to contact me on stuff about anything, I am me, whatever. I'll be glad to show you those things I did because it's hard to see these little things with my big fingers on the thing. But thank you again. Love you all. Bob, Phineas, Angela, you guys are dynamite. This would not be what it is without you guys. So thank you. And everybody here.
One last applause for Phineas TF and
Phineas
Checker Lee. Phenomenal, guys.
It's a big one there.
You two are two of the best.
Am I getting a little flush?
Well, and one of my favorite things from last season that you carried over to today's show. I don't know how many people was paying attention, but Randy just mentioned he's changed hats at least 6 times during the show. Every time that we would break away the camera, he would come back with a different hat on, and that just adds that Mr. Showtime.
I just have the fun. I just have for fun. I haven't done it since last year, so
you got them, wear them, right? So
I got them all right. Boy,
got to keep them guessing too, right? Right.
They wonder about me all the time, Bob. You're right. They're guessing about me, but that's for a whole nother reason altogether.
Now that was fantastic. I'm going to miss these segments. I don't know what you guys will have in mind for next year, but you guys always bring it. So I'm excited for 2026 to see what you guys are going to drum up next. Now then, we're going to go to the trivia answer, but
somebody's here. Answer the door. Say hello.
This just in. This is breaking, guys. Got this private message that says, and I quote, "I am happy to offer a full scholarship to any of my Kringle University online seminars in 2026 as a thank you to TNL."
Ooh, thank you.
You can give it away any way you want. It's my gift to our community. Hall of Fame, Santa Jeff McMullen.
Thank you, Jeff McMullen. Thank you, Santa Max.
Wow.
Now then, we've got to figure out how we're going to give it away.
Wow.
It's a possibility. This is just me blowing smoke. Possibility we could give it away as one of the wheel spins tomorrow night. I'm not sure when his seminar will start for 2026, but this seems like something that we need to do ASAP. So the producer and myself, Angela Mack, will hash this out after a while, figure out how we're going to use it. So that's the importance of Planet Trivia if we end up giving it as that, because only those folks with their name on the wheel would have a chance at it. We've got 1,600 members on a TNL production network production page now. You know, I don't know how we can incorporate it where all 1,600 would have a chance at it, because any given time we're going to have 50 or 60 people watching live. So it would mainly be those who show up for the live. But that's the importance of watching the show live, the importance of playing the trivia and getting your name in the hat for those drawings and the giveaways that folks like Santa's Closet, Wade, and Scarlett give away here on Monday. Stuffer Santa gives away on Tuesday. School of Santas, North Polk Cornerstones. I mean, there is so many things that make these shows have value other than us bunch of talking heads sitting around having a good time. So, you know, I mean, we'll see what we can do with it. All right, do we have a winner for the trivia?
We do.
Fantastic. Let's go ahead. And Randall, will you read that back and give us the answer?
Yes. In 1963, a sitcom Christmas special has two trained dancers, pulls off as Santa suits dancing a number that is described as the real showstopper moment. Name the TV sitcom, the two trained dancers, and who in the series has a child named Richie. Also, can you name the subtitle of the third season Christmas special? Whew, I got it all out. That was a long one.
Yeah, it was that two woo dancers.
And the show is Dick Van Dyke. The dancers are Dick Van Dyke and Mary Tyler Moore. Did he trip in that one at all? He didn't. He tripped in the show all the time. Off that.
Yeah, no, that dance was a moment when him and Mary Tyler Moore did that dance together. And I'll go ahead and let you give the last answer here.
The last answer is the Alan Brady Show presents.
The Alan Brady Show presents. Of course, Alan Brady was the producer for the show. The show was about, of course, the Alan Brady Show. And Dick Van Dyke was one of three writers, along with Buddy, Morty, what was his last name?
Morty Amsterdam.
And Sally, who was Marie.
Yeah.
Whatever her last name was. Anyway, they were the writers. And for this particular segment, Alan Brady wanted to do a Christmas show. And so he asked them to write him a script, as they always did. It was their job for the show. At the last minute, Alan Brady decided to scrap that and have his show writers do improv and put something together. And Rob was asked to bring Mary Tyler Moore in. And Richie even had a little spot in that, if you've ever seen that particular episode. So it was a really good twist, but that was another one of those shows. In the shows from the 50s, 60s, black and whites, the writing, the way those shows were written, and this was a show that was about a show that was being written by show writers, but it was just classic. I mean, they don't write them like that anymore. Sitcoms are just not the same. So,
no.
Our winner?
Santa Jerry.
Santa Gary, fantastic.
Yay,
Jerry, G-E-R-R-Y.
Is that Jerry Kyle or is that I don't know.
I'm not sure. Send the producer who your last name or me
And
address and T-shirt size, please, so we can get that over to Wade at santascloset.org.
And you get on the wheel for tomorrow night. That's fantastic.
And you get your name on the wheel for tomorrow night for the NPC scholarship from TNL, and who knows, maybe even a chance at the Pringle University from Jeff McMillan. like I said, we'll have to figure out how we're going to use that.
Stevens. Okay.
Huh?
It's Jerry Stevens.
Jerry Stevens. Fantastic, Jerry. Good job,
He's
friend.
from Missouri, so
Okie dokie. Well, now this kind of brings us down to the part that getting ready to close this thing out. We want to talk about the preview of the TNL upcoming guests and shows for tomorrow night. TNL October 28th, 5th annual Send Off to Christmas special season finale. It'll be a show where Spangle and I, and in the past we've brought in lots of folks from the different seasons, different shows, and that sort of thing. We've highlighted different shows. The first year we actually went through every episode and kind of talked a little bit about it. And this year it's going to be more of a summary, a quick summary. We're going to talk about our sponsors and how you can become a sponsor for the TNL network. 5 nights out of 7, we have shows next year. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump into that list. Don't forget to watch all the TNL Network Production 2026 list of shows. And Phineas, I'll let you take this because you always do such a great job with it.
okay, so starting Sunday, March 1st is the Couples Clause, featuring Santa Doug and Jenny Kringle, Santa Chris, and Kimmy Claus. Their season 1 premiere will be March 1st. If you saw their preview show, take a look at it on their YouTube channel. March 2nd, of course, you will have the Monday Show Live with Bob, Phineas, Randall, and Angela. It will be our season 6 debut, so look forward to that. It's going to be good. Season 2 of the Claus Connect will be also on Monday, the 2nd of March at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. And of course, on Tuesday the 3rd will be Tuesday Night Live, starting their season 6 season as well. So looking forward to seeing what Bob and Spangle and Angela have in store for us for the coming season. March 4th, which is the Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, will be Kringle Time with the Kringle Brothers, or as I call it, Mike and Mike's Adventures. So,
That's for sure.
and starting March 5th, Thursday night, will be the resummation of Santa's Magical Fellowship Group, the chat that starts at 6 p.m. And Polar Opposites will debut their second season that evening as well. So
And who knows what Mel may cook up? She's had some things in the back of her mind, and she may expand even more over there also, which would be fantastic. Love to see that happen. So tune in kick up your heels, join in the fun for 2026, all powered by TNL Network Productions. All right. This brings us to the end. It's kind of a bittersweet moment. It's been a long season. I want to say thank you to Phineas and Randall one more time. Randy, thank you for filling in for me when I needed you the most. I so enjoyed and will cherish forever our time together here when you came down to Texas week before last. We had such a wonderful time. And of course, Phineas, I get to see you in February. So last February, it's always good to spend time with you, my friend. So, final thoughts from you, Randy.
Just thank you guys, everybody. I wish you all a wonderful holiday season. Safe, your family, friends, and everybody else. Be safe. Enjoy the season as much as you can. Cherish every minute you can with everybody. Because we always know you never know when that changes. So enjoy it, and thank you guys. Everybody's here. Thank you for watching and made me a part. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Love you guys all. Thank you.
Phineas?
I'd like to thank Bob and Angela for bringing me onto the show when Randall stepped back for a while. I'd like to thank Randall for being an amazing contributor and helping out when Bob needed to step back for a while. And I really want to thank all of the viewers and our contributors who contribute every week. We wouldn't be here if you didn't watch us. We wouldn't be here if you didn't support our sponsors. It's an honor and a privilege to be able to spend our time with you on Monday afternoons, and look forward to the upcoming season. Wishing everybody a happy and safe Christmas performance season and a happy and safe holiday season into the new year, and I'll see you guys again in March.
That's right. And, just because we're going into our blackout, our dark season, whatever you want to call it, our hiatus for our performance season, reach out and say hi every once in a while. Don't be strangers. There's private messages, there's telephones. Uh, got any show ideas for next year? We'd love to hear from you. Tell us what you liked, what you didn't like, what you'd like to see changed, what you'd like to see more of or less of. We just appreciate your input. We appreciate you week in and week out coming, taking time out of your day to be with us. God bless everyone. Thank you, Santa B. Thank you, Scott Seriton. Thank you, everyone involved in TNL. But most of all, thank you, Angela Mack, for everything that you do to help us all get through this long season. And she's looking off to the side. She don't even want to look at the camera. And most of all, again, thank you to my wife, Carol Mack, for allowing me to take the time to put these shows together, to spend the time researching, taking over her kitchen and dining room with the backdrops. And we love everyone. I love you, baby. Talking to my wife, she's sitting next to me. And thanks, everyone. We will see you in 2026. Have a fabulous Christmas season. Hope that it's safe. Enjoy the moment, slow down and take in a moment. We can skip through the season so fast it can just blow by. Enjoy the season. I know I don't like to speak too grimly, but you never know when it's your last performance or your last season. So treat each one like it's your last and enjoy it. Have fun. God bless everyone. We will see you in 2026. March 1st kicks off the whole week of TNL Network Productions. Goodbye, all.
Stay safe.